Hey, everybody. Welcome to Bizchicks TV. Today is Tuesday. So, you know why we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle so that you can build a profitable business that's fun to run. And our digital diva is in the house today. That's right, Terry Johnson online from New York City, right here, right now, to bring you the latest and greatest in social media and digital marketing. So sit back, get a pen, get a paper, take some notes, take some action, and we'll see you on the other side. TJ.
Hey everybody! I'm sorry, I was. Everybody, how are you this week? I'm glad everybody's here. We're going to talk about marketing tips, tools, and strategies today. This is Marketing Talk Tuesday, so this is the day when we talk about all of the things that you need to know, the up-to-date, current, latest things that you need to know. I should put it that way because that is my pet peeve, that there's so much information online and it keeps piling up and the old stuff, people are going and doing searching, or you're following someone and they're talking old information, and I'm like, that's not going to help you. It's not. So then you get upset when things don't work and you go, well, I followed so and so, or they said XYZ, or blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, they're regurgitating something somebody else said. They don't really know. They're repeating some old information. The key here is they don't know. Now, this is the thing. When you come here, you're going to know. It's not 100%, but this is like, okay, this is the latest whatever from this person or that person or this expert. And I do follow experts. When I say experts, these are experts. Like I've listed several of them. They're experts. Like this is what they talked about from day one, ever since they've been on the internet. And they didn't get on the internet yesterday. They got blogs that are like 20 years old. Okay. So, and if it's not you don't think it's an expert, let's talk about it, because I'm going to show you proof. I always bring the proof. Now that's the thing. You got to have the proof. Hey, Dr. Tachi is here. So today's topic I called Round and Round. And we're going to go back to our favorite topic, Instagram. I know I try to stay away from it, but it just keeps pulling me back in. There's some actor that said that in a famous movie. They keep pulling me. So the CEO of Instagram put up another video. He's always doing videos. And this one, he's talking about the new one. Well, it's not a new feature. Let me stop. It's not a new feature. It's carousels, but they've done something new to it, and I think we need to talk about it with some other things that they've done, in the past couple of weeks. I did not go on Threads to see this conversation. I have not read the comments. We're going to look at the comments together. Okay, so this is Instagram carousels, and I want to bring up the article from Social Media Today, and I think I might have mentioned this in Social Media News and Updates on Friday, which you should be watching. That's where you get all the information. I think I might have mentioned this. I don't remember. There's so many things going on. Honestly, I don't remember. We probably did mention it. So let me bring up this article because I want you to see it. This is Social Media Today. Okay. All right, so let me get back to it so I can read it, and let's put it up a little. I like to zoom it in somewhat. Okay, so IG chief recommends posting carousels to improve reach. Okay, yeah. That's been a thing. People have talked about carousels because remember it was 5. You could do 5 slides, and remember post carousels or slides or frames or pictures. So when you go to Instagram, instead of posting 1, you could, before in the beginning it was 5. Then they changed it to 10, that you could have 10 frames or slides. Now it's 20. And we've talked about that, but that's not the thing that I want to talk about today. So here's Adam, and I'm going to, should I play it from here? Yeah, let's play. Let me see if we can get it from here. Or I was going to open it in another one. Let's see.
Why carousels often get more reach than photos. 2 main reasons. 1, Multiple pieces of media on going to mean more interactions with your carousel post, and more interactions is going to mean more reach on average. And two, if someone sees your carousel post but they don't swipe, we'll often give that carousel a second chance and automatically move to that second piece of media for the viewer. Also, if you do post a carousel, I highly advise you to add music so it's eligible to show up in video experiences like the Reels tab. Now, don't feel like you have to force it, but if you're on the fence and you can go either way, choosing a carousel over a photo will often help you get more reach. More advice to come. Peace.
Okay, so let me stop the. Yeah, okay, good. It stopped. All right, did you hear what he said? Did everybody get that? I'm gonna instead of replaying, I'm just gonna read the script of the words that he said. So he said, why carousels often get more reach than photos? Two main reasons: multiple pieces of media and going. It means more interactions with the carousel posts. I'm sorry, I was reading. I looked. Dr. Tanya said carousel doesn't be hamster wheel. That's why I call this round and round. We keep going round and round on the carousel, the hamster wheel of these are the things that Instagram says to do. And we're going to get in all of that. But because Instagram gives more people, is it angina or heart attacks or stress, or they are really, these people are stressed. They've been stressed for months. Okay. And Instagram, instead of going, hey, here's some medicine, Instagram says, hey, here's some more stress. So we talk about it here, and then you got to follow people like Brock Johnson. I think I had a post from him, but he's really good at it. So he's saying that multiple pieces of media, that's why they increased it from 5 to 10 to 20. More interactions, because here's one of the things with the carousels from day one, if you didn't know, even when it was 5, like if it was more than 2, when what they do is they Instagram, when you post a carousel post, they will show the first slide, and that's usually the title 5, this or that, or what, whatever you want to call it for your slide. They will show that and test the interactions. Now, if that doesn't get the ball rolling as far as people interacting with it, that means liking, commenting, sharing, following, saving, those kind of interactions. Then they go, Then they wait. I'm not sure the time length. I want to say a day, maybe within a day. Sorry. Maybe within a day. And remember, everybody's not always in Instagram, so we jump in and out. So if we jump back into Instagram, they will say, hey, remember this post, this carousel post, and you didn't like the first slide? Here's the second slide. Has anybody seen that? Raise your hand, say hi in the comment, whatever, just yes. I see that a lot. Because you will go into the feed and you will see the post, and it looks like a graphic. It just looks like a graphic or whatever you set your carousel up to. And I saw this was it this week or last week, and it was a question, or it was the answer to a question, because I could tell the way that it was written. And I was like, well, that's kind of weird for one post. And I noticed it was the carousel, so I swiped back left and saw the first one. That's not the only time I've seen it. So this is what Instagram will do with a carousel, which is more than one. So there was 5, 10, now it's 20. And you cycle through the posts. They will show the first one as is, because you told Instagram this is slide 1. When you go in to make a carousel post, you tap 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and you put them in order. So Instagram goes, okay, we're going to give this a second go round. See, that's what I said, round and round. They're going to give this a second go round with the second post. I haven't seen it with the third. It's usually, and I've heard people discuss this, is usually the first slide first, and then if it doesn't get traction or whatever these things that Instagram has on their side of the curtain that we don't know, they say, hey, we're going to serve this post again, but we're going to put the second post as the individual post in your feed. Everybody got that? Okay, so that's one thing. Now he's saying that you add music to it. You add music to it now, and it's going to show up as a video, as a video experience, as the video in the Reels tab. That's very important. Remember that Instagram went by, was it last month? They said they were getting rid of reach and impressions. Everything is a view. So now they know that people don't like Reels, or you feel into whatever the reason is for Reels. There's a lot of pushback against Reels. So they're saying, Instagram is saying, hey, make a carousel post. We know you like those. They're just static graphic images, and put some music to it. It doesn't have to be a video, but we're going to treat it like a video and put it in the Reels tab. We're going to put it in the Reels section. That means more people are going to be able to see it. Why? Because Instagram puts Reels, the Reels feed ahead of all other feeds. And the feed is, when you come into Instagram, what do you see? That's the post feed, the post. But remember, they have stories at the top. They have Reels, and I think the Reels is at the bottom. Let me see. I always forget where because they keep moving the cheese. They keep moving the buttons. They keep doing things, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so there's a Reels button at the bottom where you can go for the Reels experience. So here's what he's saying. You don't have to make a reel, but we like Reels. Why? Because we want to be TikTok. We want to look like TikTok. We want to act like TikTok. We want the TikTok kids. And they like TikTok. So guess what? We're going to dress up like TikTok for Halloween and every day. What does that mean? You got to make Reels in order for your content to be seen. That's how it was. But now he's saying, this was October 17th, I think this story came out, that you can add music, your static posts, your Reels, your carousels. Remember, 2 to 20 now. Put some music on it. Doesn't have to be a video. Put some music on it, and we're going to treat it like a reel, like a video. And we're going to put it in the Reels feed. That means more people will see it because they push the Reels experience, the Reels tab. When you make a reel, you get more reach, you get more eyeballs, you get more of everything. Versus, I'm coming in, I'm a photographer, and my pictures are gorgeous, but I only post one. And Instagram goes, no. That's not what we want, because that's not TikTok like. When you're making content for Instagram, think TikTok. That's all you got to do. And I think I said last week or a couple days ago that the monkey experience, the pointing, I've seen some people still doing that, but now they're not really doing that anymore. There's a lot of what I call B-roll, where people are sitting and working, and they're not looking at the camera. They're looking at their computer, or they're showing their computer, or they're showing something where the focus isn't on your face or dancing, and then they put text over it. That's popular now. And I was like, yeah, because now you could just take a static image, or you could take a video of a babbling brook. I don't know why that came to my head. Go to the park and take a picture of the squirrels and running around. So it's got to have a little movement in it. And then you overlay that with your message of your text of what you're saying. And that does pretty well. So now they're saying, hey, take a couple of pictures in the park. Here's a squirrel. Here's the kids. Well, you can't take pictures of the kids. People walking, or everyday ordinary mundane stuff. You can blur the background. You can darken it a little and make your text jump out, but you're going to put text on top of it. That is the trend now on Instagram for real. So this is what he's saying. Here we go again. Add music, and we're going to treat your carousel posts up to 20 slides, up to 20 photos, up to 20 graphics, whatever you want to make it to be. Put some music on it. It's a video. What do we think of that?
Okay, so now we're still doing reels. It's an easier way to do a reel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they're giving you the recipe for what's going to work.
Yeah, they've been doing that for months. Nobody wants to listen because they want the chronological feedback. And Instagram is going la 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 la. Here's something else. And people are going, we don't want that. We don't want that. But there's some people that are coming around slowly. But that's why we have to talk about it, because it's not about, well, I want the chronological. It's what Instagram wants, because Instagram owns the store. You're shopping. You're a user. You're not the owner. So they want to be TikTok. So they're changing the outside of the store. They're changing the decorations inside. They're making it TikTok and this, and you can do this and you can do, because that's what they want. So we are in the business of, okay, we're going to play on Instagram's playground. We got to play by Instagram's rules. Or you take your stuff and go to another playground. We talked about that a lot. There are other playgrounds. But for some reason, people like this Instagram playground. It's like Central Park. Oh, we want to go to Central Park. What about the park in Queens or the one in the park? No. We want Central Park. So, okay. There's a lot of things that happen in Central Park. Not going to get into. But, hey, we'll go. But we got to do X, Y, Z when we go. Okay? So, that's really what's going on here. So, I'm sorry, friend. I think I interrupted you. Go ahead and finish.
No, you did not. I'm just okay. See, now you got me over here looking at Instagram, trying to find stuff, and then you get caught in the vortex.
That's what they want. That's
right.
That's what Instagram wants. And remember, why does Instagram want you to use the app and get sucked into the vortex? Because you're going to see more ads. That's how they make their money. So they know they have a youth problem. We talked about that. Facebook knows they have a youth problem. We talked about that. Everything that Meta is doing for their apps is to attract Gen Z. And if they like TikTok or Lemonade or whatever the new app that comes up, they're going to switch around, change their outfit, and say, "Hey, come on over here, kids. We're just as cool as TikTok." And this is where it leaves us as business owners to try to figure out this merry-go-round that they put us on. Fran likes to say they move the cheese. They do move the cheese, so we got to follow the cheese. Or, like I said, go to another playground.
They put the cheese on skateboards now. It moves fast. They just keep it.
It's dizzying. It's confusing. It's all of that. Now, I have another Instagram post I want to share. Let me make sure I got it. Now, this is Jen Herman, Jen. She's Jen Trends, Jenn Herman, Herman, Instagram expert. She is an Instagram expert because she wrote, along with other people, the Dummies book for Instagram for Dummies. She's an expert. Like I say, if I follow somebody and I say they're an expert, they're an expert. Now, the person that wrote the Dummies book is not an expert. I think so. So I'm going to listen to her. So let me switch over here so you can see. And she has a post. Let me make sure. Am I on the screen? Nope, I didn't. Let's put it back. There we go. Like, I'm not on the screen. Jen Herman, here you go. Jen, let me show you a profile. Jenn Trends. She has her stuff pops up. Instagram. She does the Instagram update. She's got a group. She's got all of these things. She will post when things are happening. And also she, talks about her speaking engagements and things like that. But she's got let me stop it, because here we go. I want you to hear this. So she says, this was from, this is 17 hours ago. She just posted this. Okay. Jen says, yes, carousel do get more reach and engagement. Plus, I share a pro tip at the end on how to use this tactic strategically. And she uses a whole bunch of hashtags. I thought they said not to use hashtags. The people on Instagram, you can't use hashtags. I'm like, but they're there. And look how many hashtags she got. This is the Instagram expert. This is the lady that wrote the Instagram for Dummies book. The Dummies book is the intro, basic. If she don't know, hello. So again, that's just one of the things. Go ahead.
Dr. Tati said it's interesting. They're making these changes, but they still have the same meta underwear on underneath their new clothes.
Yeah, it's a costume. It's Halloween. Let's dress up like I don't know, somebody. But you still the person underneath. So Meta is going, hey, let's switch this, let's do that, let's do that. At least they're telling us. At least they're not. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Adam. At least he will get on. The CEO, he got other things to do. He got to run a company, multi-billion-dollar company, but he will get on Instagram. But that's not good enough for them. Okay, so let's get back to Jen. This is Jen. And let me read. She says, yes, carousel do get most reach and engagement. Plus, I share a pro tip. All right, so let's play it. Let me make sure you can hear.
Instagram confirms it. Carousels get more reach. I have been preaching this for years, and now Instagram has confirmed it. Both Adam Mazzari and the creators account recently came out and acknowledged that using carousels will get you more reach and engagement. Now, the idea behind this being, if I post a carousel and you see it and you don't swipe through or you don't interact significantly with it, then the next time you come to Instagram, you're going to see that same post again with the second post in the sequence. Mm-hmm. So it's double the chance for exposure to connect with your audience. It's such a tactical strategy that works when done well. Now, this doesn't mean go all in and that everything is going to be carousels. We want to say this for when you really need it. Like maybe that big call to action, new product, new service, things that you really want to make sure people see and are aware of. Now, pro tip on this, don't use the same image twice. That doesn't work. If they didn't interact with it on the first image, they're not going to interact with it again if they see the same image on the second time. We want a second different image to make this work strategically. Instagram confirms it. Right, so carousels get...
Let's remove this. Okay, hush. All right, that's Jen. And she said she's right. She has been saying this carousel engagement is not new. It's just that Instagram, Adam is saying, hey, guys, this is what we're doing, and we want you to do more of it because we know that you don't like reels. We know that. They know a lot of stuff in the background. Otherwise, they would just say use reels. Okay? They know we don't like to make reels. So, hey, you can get the reels experience. And I love to look at his words. He said the reels experience. That means they're going to be treated like reels. And you are going to get more, like she said, more reach and engagement. Even though that's not the measure of the metric in Instagram is views, but it's really reach and engagement, which means you get in front of new people who don't know your business or your brand. And then she also said, do not use the same imagery. That's not the idea of a carousel. What's a carousel in real life? Horses, the merry-go-round. Every horse is different. And when the kid goes, well, I want the gold one, I want the purple one, I want them. So you got to have it has to be different, but it has to be cohesive. It has to be, okay, what is the message? What am I trying to say? 5 signs that you need to, okay. And then you make 5 slides. Number 1, do this. Number 2, do that. But guess what? You're going to get more reach now because Adam says if you throw some music on there, we're going to put it in the Reels tab. That's what we want because that's where you get exposed to new people. Not in stories. Stories is for people that already follow you. Not in DMs, you got to be following. Where's the one place on Instagram where I need new people, I need new eyeballs that don't know anything about me? Reels. Or when you post on the main feed, Instagram, now will show you in the feed. Remember that Instagram was like, okay, you don't have to follow a person. We talked about that. You don't have to follow a person for exposure. Just do your thing. Instagram says do your thing. That means you know your messaging. You know your audience. You know what you have to say. You know how to say it. You make it attractive. And you post. That's it. And you keep doing that and you test until you see, well, my audience likes this instead of that. Give them more of that, but you got to provide the value. There's a whole bunch of stuff in this recipe. Man, I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff. And we get tired of, they keep changing. Well, instead of a fourth of a tablespoon of this, you got to put a half a tablespoon now. And you got to keep up with it. But once you get going with it, it's going to be easy. Now, here's one more I want to show you. Is it this? Hold on a minute. So yeah, and let me know what you guys think while I'm looking at this.
Yeah, so this here is keeping us relevant. All this works if you want to, because you told us we can go to Pinterest and some other places. We don't have to be on Instagram. But if we're going to be on Instagram, then we need to play by Instagram rules.
Right.
And Instagram rules say we want to do reels. We want you to do reels. And the reels effect is trying to keep you, because once you scroll past one reel and then there's another one and then there's something else that's engaging, pretty soon you look up and it's 30 or 40 minutes that you've been in reels looking at stuff, when in fact, I mean, you could have been doing something else for your business that day. You could have been doing anything, but you're stuck in the reels vortex because, let me see how so-and-so did it. And you're stuck. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay. I think I found, because I was trying to find a reel from Brock John. I want to say Brock Peters. That's an actor. Brock Johnson. That he has so much stuff that I lost it. Let me get rid.
Mark is talking about keep it real.
Let me come. Keeping it real. Yeah. Keeping it real. All right. So let's look at one thing now. I list Jen Herman, follow her, because she's the rock of Instagram, is doing this, that, and the other. I mean, because we will talk about the updates on Friday. Whenever there's something new, I will tell you. But she really gets into the meat of it. And she's been talking about hashtag for years. I've been following her a long time. She's been talking about hashtag for years. She's been, and when people come out and say, well, you can't use hashtags because they'll shadow ban you, or they'll penalize all of the shoulds and the, she will come out and make a post saying no. She's been saying for years hashtags, but you have to have a hashtag strategy of, don't use hashtag use hashtag something with a little bit more less reach than 100 million, because it will tell you the number. You want something smaller. Why? Because it's niche. You want to reach everybody. You can't reach everybody. So you try to reach the people that are in your audience, things like that. But she's been talking about it for years. So, and Brock Johnson, I really just started following him late. I followed his mom and I was like, oh, here's the son. But he focuses on Instagram. So let me pull up his. He's got tons of reels. Let me make sure. I want to get, okay. Let me switch here. Oh, I got to pull it back up on the screen. All right. So this is Brock Johnson. Brock Johnson. Let's go back here. Brock Johnson. He's got all kind of things. Who am I? I love that. Want to grow. These are his pin reels, I believe. He's got a whole bunch of stuff. And if you look at his reels and his posts, he will put a label on it or a title that tells you what it is. So you don't have to, well, what is that? So he's got one. Here we go. So he talks about the algorithm, and let me stop it because it's going to start playing. It's muted. Okay. So he talks about the algorithm update. This was 2 weeks ago. Nope, that's not it. This is collabs. This is Instagram collabs. He's got another. Here we go. Let me stop. This one is about upcycled. Does everybody know what the upcycled, or this is called? Not remix, but you go back to an old post 2 or 3 weeks ago, or last month, excuse me, and you post it again. He calls it upcycling. There's another name. I forgot what it was, but you really, got to get out of the attitude of, okay, I made this post and I posted it on today. And I'm not ever, okay, let's go back a month from today. Oh, and I'm not ever going to post that because people have seen it already. I'm not going to post that again. Like, I'm not going to wear that dress again. I wore it to blah, 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 and they all saw me. How can I wear that again? Is it that spamming? Isn't that insert word of they've seen it too much? No, because remember, there are people that don't go to Instagram every day. A lot. Instagram knows this. When you come back in, Instagram says, hey, I remembered where you stopped at when you came in yesterday or 3 days ago or whatever, and they show you, hey, you might want to see this. So Instagram is not the place like YouTube where you can see something 12 years ago. Instagram is not. Instagram is instant, in the moment post. So if you posted something, say a month ago or 6 weeks ago or 2 months ago, pull that dress out of the closet and you can reshare it as is. You can have it altered. You can put a sweater on it. Whatever you want to do to it, because they haven't seen it in a while. We're busy. We don't remember. Hey, you talked about that. Nobody is going to come up to you and say, hey, you talked about that 2 months ago. Why are you talking about that thing today? They don't remember. They didn't see it. You insert your excuse here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what he's talking about. He calls it upcycle. And let me read this. He says, 75% of his posts are upcycled. The majority of my posts are either direct reposts, that's what it is, reposts of something I posted before, or recreations of posts I've already made. They save me so much time and energy. And then, he gets the engagement. Have you done this? What do you think? And so let me play this so we can hear what he says. And the sound, let's get the sound going.
Out working any harder. In fact, this is the exact strategy that I use for about 75% of my posts. And it's how I'm able to post 3 to 4 feed posts per day while only spending about 45 minutes on Instagram. The strategy is called upcycling your content. And it essentially relies on the 3 R's: repost, recreate, or remix. Number 1, repost. Literally take something from the past and post it again. Number 2, recreate. Take an idea from the past and re-record it, refresh it, or just change it up a little bit. And number 3, remix is a feature on Instagram that allows you to very easily reuse previously posted content. Here's an actionable tip that you can do right now after you like this post, of course. Go back to spring of this year, let's say March, April, or maybe May of 2024, and find a post that did well. Then just post it again. Don't change up anything. Same audio, same reel, same caption, everything. Post it a second time. Boom, you're done with your content for the day. You can read more about upcycling and the 3 R's down in the caption below. But before you go, don't forget to double tap on this post. I'm about to show you how to post.
Okay, let me stop. Now, there's a couple of things here before we talk about it I want you to look at. He's got captions. He talks fast. It's a short reel. I'm not sure the length. But he had a call to action at the end. All the things you want to do. Why does he talk so fast?
Because people listen fast and they will move if you don't get to the point.
That, and I didn't catch all that and I want to catch it all. What do? I
have to go back and watch it again.
More than once. All of these are signals to Instagram. Hey, you want, they don't care that, oh, well, he's talking fast. I didn't catch everything in the video. Instagram doesn't care about that. This guy's got, what's the rewatch factor on all his reels? Very high because he talks fast. There's a lot of information packed into a small amount of time. That means you have to watch it again. Which, guess what? His next reel, his next post, his next whatever, Instagram says, hey, you do such a good job on getting people to rewatch and rewind or whatever it is. Their next post is going to boost even further. And on and on and on. So, but these are not tricks. These are just strategies that he knows about. So he's got captions. He's got a whooshy sound for the little pop. It's all very attractive, and it's just him talking. There's no flying monkeys. There's no dancing. There's no this. There's no that. Okay. Now he has some videos where there's some things going on, but it's very simple. But he understands the nuances of posting on Instagram, which is why I say follow me. He's the Instagram growth coach. Now he also says about the recycle, the remix, the repost, and he said what? He said find one from January, March, May, whatever, 2 months ago, whatever. And what did he say to do? Just repost it. He didn't even say change it.
Mark has a comment.
Okay.
He said, hashtag Terry Johnson told me to do it.
Yep, I told you to do it. Do it. Because Instagram is a of the moment platform. Things you post, even stuff you posted yesterday, is like the garbage. It's the yesterday's news. Nobody's going to read the newspaper from yesterday or the day. Let me get that old newspaper from 2 weeks ago, man. I missed it. We keep going. So he knows that a lot of people know that. So it's to keep you from having the frustration of, man, I got to create something fresh. I got to create a from scratch cake every day.
No.
Now, some people do that. It's called a bakery. But we are not doing that. I don't care.
So you can pull that cake out the freezer.
You can make you know what are those cake pops? Remember those things that's so popular?
Yeah.
What are those made from?
Cake.
The cake that. So hey, I had a couple of slices of cake. The rest of the cake didn't sell well. Make those cake pops. Who's going? Oh man, that was the cake from yesterday. I saw you when you put that cake out and you sold 1 or 2 slices, and you was like, "Well, I'm not throwing it out." Who wants to buy a cake with slices missing? Well, I'm a business. I need to make money. This cake is still good. Let me repurpose. Nope, the repurpose police aren't coming to knock on your door. And he's saying, don't even make cake pops. This hey,
put the cake back out there.
Yeah, or slice. If it's a whole cake, you can't sell it because this makes some slices. Sell it by the slice. Another repurpose. Nobody's saying, hey, you can't. There's no repurpose police. Nobody's seeing your stuff. Nobody. And this is another thing about Instagram. Nobody goes to the profile and says, well, let me see what you posted 2 months ago. Nobody. When you go to the Instagram profile, what do you see? Probably the last 9 or 6 posts on your profile. Let me go and check mine. If you go to the profile, where's my profile? Okay, go to the profile, and you scroll, maybe 9, and people aren't going to scroll because it's not searching. It's not Google. It's not. I'm searching. It's. I went to the profile. I saw your last 9, 10 posts or whatever, and I'm out. If they even do that, because they're not going to do that on Instagram unless you tell them to do that. And he's got Brock has another post on that if you're curious about it. Let me get rid of this. He has another post. He has lots of posts about things like this repurposing, the one about the Instagram collab. He mentioned the remix feature. That's another thing that you might want to do with Instagram. And Dr. Tachi did this.
Oh yeah, with the
post.
Yes,
she remixed somebody's post and it was off to the races.
Because she took somebody who was making a recipe for some Jamaican dish, I think it was.
Yeah, and then and she was getting all of these new people. It was because you took something that was already it was viral, and you I call it catch a tiger by the tail and hold on, because you're gonna get a ride too. It was Instagram doesn't care that you holding on to the tiger's tail. It's like, hey, come on over. Hey, more people to the party. That's another thing with the collab feature, which is you and another person, and preferably the other person has more followers than you, because they're going to get something from your followers, new eyeballs, and you're going to get something, new eyeballs, from a bigger pond.
Mm-hmm.
More fish from a bigger. So that's what the collab features are. So there are all of these things in Instagram. They keep us going round and round. They're confusing. I agree. It's a lot to remember, but you need to pick one or two that you feel like you can do. And like I said, with Brock, he said, hey, look, go back 3-4 months. And how do you do this? Analytics. I love it. Analytics. You don't even have to look in Instagram post by post. You can go to business.facebook.com. That's the place I hang out. Your analytics are there. Facebook and Instagram all roll up into one. You can do all kind of custom searching and see what was done in the last 3 months less, and it will say, hey, and I believe somewhere in the app it will tell you these are your top performing posts from Instagram. These are your top performing posts from Facebook. So you don't even have to do that searching. And you could say, hey, Brock just told you, repost it as is. He didn't even say alter the dress. He didn't say change the color, put on a sweater, slice the cake. He said, put that cake out with the 3 slices missing. Who's got time? And see what it does. And why do you want to do that? Because it saves you time. And 2, Instagram will give you a boost. Every time Instagram gives you a boost, your next post does well. The next post does well. It's like a ladder. Okay. So that's what's going on with Instagram. So I'm really excited about the music on the carousel. I made a carousel I'm always making stuff in Cam, and I'm like, I gotta post this thing, and I keep forgetting because something comes up, blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I didn't post this carousel, but I'm gonna put some music on it. But now I might do what Brock says and go back and find something 6 months ago and stick some music on it and put it back, just to test, because that's what I like to do. I'm testing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going, oh, what was that we talked about before? The person I saw on Threads that all their reels was in the thousands, but they got one reel that was 200, and they had a fit. They had a breakdown. They were going to take me away. What are you talking about? You're doing something right. All of your other reels are 2, 3, 4, 5,000, whatever thousand views. But because you got the one, what happened here? What did I do wrong? Oh my God. I was like, and everybody was saying, oh yeah, me too. And there was me and a couple other people that were like, but this is good. Your messaging is on point. Because you only had 1 out of what? 20? 1 out of, those are pretty good odds, I think. You can't get perfection. There's no 100% of this. And you can look at, even if we look at Brock's, and let me go back and see his reels. All of his reels don't hit like whatever he's got. Think averages is what I want to say. Let me see his reels. Okay, so he's got one that does 184K. He's got another one that does 221K. He's got another one that did 5,000. Is he crying? No. He's got one that did 26K. He got one that did 11K. He got one that did 123, 12, 10. So they jump around, but guess what? What is his thing? And I mentioned it when I was analyzing this video. What does he do? Here's a call to action.
Yes.
If I went and I have not looked at all of his reels. I mean, like on his profile. I just, when I go on Instagram and whatever pops up, I watch. But if I went and looked at all his reels, they all end with a call to action. And he uses ManyChat for the DM, comment the word in the DM. He does that. He doesn't go link in the bio. He says either follow me or, do what the call to action says, which connects me and him in the DMs, and he will send me something free, and then that will whatever the lead magnet or the offer that he has, and then that gets me in his email, and that gets me into where he's got his paid offers. See, he doesn't care about, well, he's not over here crying about his Reels views. I know he's not. Oh, this one got 200K and this one got 5. What happened? I think I'm going to give up. He's not giving up. He's just making more stuff. More stuff. And guess what? He just told us, I don't got time to make new stuff. I repurpose. Ooh.
And he said 75% of his stuff is
Yes.
repurposed.
Yes, I missed that. So he said 75%. 75%. And I haven't even and I've seen him active in threads. I haven't even gone over to see what's going on with his threads conversations. I know things are going on over there with him. But he doesn't care about the views. I mean, yeah, he cares, but it's not like the other person that I mentioned that was like, oh my God, what happened here? I'm going to give up. I hate Instagram. They won't show me to everybody.
That is so funny. Terry and I met a gentleman. He did the rapid ramen cooker thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you cook the ramen noodles, and he
yes.
he had the cooker. So he is sitting on his floor in the living room with boxes stacked up to the hilt. Him and his wife are putting labels on and shipping. And he got an email from somebody that said, oh, this is not going to work. That's a dumb idea. And he was like, oh, I don't know why we're doing this. I'm like, dude, you got boxes that you are shipping.
Yeah, but see, that's the human part of us, where and getting into the likes and the follows, that it's a vanity. The vanity metrics make you feel good. Oh, I'm the popular one in school, from high school or whatever. I'm the popular cheerleader. I'm the popular football. I'm the popular. But where go to the reunion 30 years later? What? Where are those people? It's not about that. It makes you feel good in a moment to see. Oh, and for example, I saw somebody today. I was watching a YouTube video, and they were like, oh, they were showing somebody's profile, and I went and looked at it, and they were hiding some of the likes were great. Like, this is somebody that their account found was like 100K or something, and some of their posts were like so and so and others without a number. That means they hit it. Some of the other posts were like, oh, 100 and something K. So that tells me that they were embarrassed that some of the posts did not have as many likes as the other posts that they've done. So they hit them. Don't do that. If you got one post, if you got a post that has a couple of likes, and then all your other posts are like 100 likes, nobody cares. You care. It's just like the story with Fran they told. Here's one negative person coming. Well, that's a dumb idea. I was like, thank you for your input, and I would keep doing what I was doing because it's working, right? Right? But you get so upset because this post didn't hitting out the park. Only got 50 likes. All my other posts get 200 likes. Something was going on that day, and they didn't like that post. So what? That you can take that as a signal. Let me not do that again. Let me try something else, or let me go back or repurpose. Don't stop. Keep going. But we are tied up into the likes and the follows. We're not in that world of social media anymore. We're into the make good content that attracts the right audience, and keep posting and keep testing. And guess what? Brock just told you 75% of his stuff is old. But you can't tell. I never knew. And then there's the other part where he probably does a lot of batch content. Batch content means, he takes a day and does, okay, I'm going to do a reel on this, like a list, like a set list or a storyboard, or, when the singers go on tour and they have a set list and they do Everything's by rote. So you just sit down and say, Saturday, I'm going to do 10 reels, this, and this. And then you space them out during the next week or two. Which means, guess what? When you post, I got to post something, it's already done. You could do that with some batch, with some new stuff. And then, like he does, the 75% is repurposed, upcycled.
And here's the thing that you just said. What happens if you do the batch and the recycle? You go back and pull.
That's what he does. Because I'm like, he admits the 75% is recycled. And I know that he batch stuff. And what he does is, like, you see his videos, he's sitting at his desk, the background and the mic, he changes his shirt. Okay, this stood up, and I'm going to talk about 5 things, and take 5 minutes for that. Then he changes the shirt and go, well, 6 things about this. Did you know, blah 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 blah, and then he changes the shirt. And it takes him whatever amount of time. He's not sitting down making it in the moment. And then the rest of the time, he's just recycling it, changing the music, changing the text, changing the little pop-up thing, whatever. That's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, he's at a level where he's got an assistant that posts. So he's not posting. He's just sending it to that person or team or whoever he has. And, Tuesday put this, Wednesday put that, Thursday put that, this put that. But you could do that yourself.
Right.
You don't need the team, the assistant. I mean, it's nice, but you don't. And if you got your assistant. What mine is Jennifer or Jessica, I forgot what her name. And Fran
mine is Charles.
Charles. Assistants will help you with that. I want to talk about the theme of the week is blind. Give me some ideas on what to post for the week and give me a calendar. Done. Give me a script.
Quick.
Done. What kind of graphics? Done. What kind of colors? Done. Whatever you want to ask it, it will give you a suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
Tell you how to make it, tell you the format, tell you how to do this, it will tell you. And all you have to do is do it. And again, batch content, you want to do 1 or 2. You don't even have to do it every day. Like there's more advice about reels that you do 2 or 3 a week. You could do 2 reels and batch it and have enough for the month in 1 day. And then where's my assistant that's going to post it for me? Well, there's third-party tools that do that for you, or business.facebook.com. Free.
Yep, and schedule them out.
You can schedule in the free tool. Now, I'm not saying it's the best, but it's free.
Until you can figure out how to work with somebody else.
Yeah, or if you want, you want to pay all this money for, and it's not, because the other third-party management tools give you stuff, analytics and help, and they give you things. That's great. But I'm like, I just want to post and go. I'm going to set it up for 2 weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, done. Dr. Tachi says, you got it? Let me. Okay, dang. She says, Mrs. Pity is what I call her, as if Chat GPT.
PT. Chat GPT.
Oh,
okay.
PT. Okay,
yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying. You can call it whatever you want. Nobody has to know that you're using Chat GPT, or you're using Copilot, or you're using Gemini.
Or Mrs. PT. Mrs. Pity.
Who needs to know? I said, let me get Jessica on that. Jessica will get right back to you.
Mm-hmm.
But see, these are the things. That's what I said when way back when Meta and Facebook announced that they were going to show non-followers more content, and everybody moaned and groaned. I was like, "Ooh, it's party time for business owners because you're going to get in front of more people." Instagram, Facebook is going to do the work of serving your content for you. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not going to be like, oh, this is the answer. You still might want to do an ad or, other strategies, but It's no longer friends and family only following. It's about the content connecting with the audience. That's why you have to have all of that information and know your audience, know your messaging, know what you want to say, what's the best way to post it. That's why we're talking about Instagram today, because the CEO keeps coming out with good stuff. Hey, today I'm gonna tell you how to do. I think he said, I was trying to find the post. I think it might have been a story where he was talking about reels, like what they value the most. Not reels, shares. They value shares over everything else, over comments, over likes, over saves. Shares. If you get your content shared, that's the top echelon, creme de la creme of Instagram loves you. Not the likes, which I just was talking about, the person that was hiding. And I'm like, you can do whatever you want. But I'm like, don't be like that. Because you got 100, 200K followers on your profile. Wow, that's great. There's some people that are I'm still under whatever. It doesn't bother me, because I know that Instagram is not about followers anymore. That was true when it first came out, but now it's about, you make one piece of content that hits the mark, you're off to the races. Same thing with TikTok. You make one piece of content, boom. It's not about how many people are following you. It's about that one piece of content that clicks. And everybody go, oh man, I love that. I gotta share it. I gotta this, I gotta that. Whatever they gotta. It means you hit the mark. You know, with the archery, you hit the bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
One piece of content. Not, I've got 200K followers and they're not liking my stuff anymore. There's a lot of things going on there, but again, you know, the tools are there. If you want to hide your likes, it's fine. But I'm like, hey, don't be ashamed of, well, this post only got 3 likes and that post had 100 likes. So nobody's looking at your profile like that. I am, but I'm just looking at it going, I'm not judging. I'm just looking, that's interesting that you would think that you need to do that when you have all of these followers and your content is great and you're putting out keep putting out the messaging. Messaging is so important now. But we're still holding on to, I only got so and so many followers. Well, okay, but are they doing your call to action? Are you telling them to go to your email list or whatever the thing that you have set up, the system? You know, people call it funnels. I call it system. Whatever the system is that you want. You want them to buy right away, or you want them to get them on your email list? You want them to do this, or you want them to do that? You're the traffic cop. Are they doing it? Good. They don't need to comment. They don't need to like to do the CTA. They don't need to do those things. They're all independent. See, it's not a straight line of they gotta like and they gotta follow and then they'll do my call to action and then they'll buy my. No, it depends on how good you are at your messaging and reaching your audience and connecting with them. They might go straight to buy without saying a word. We talked about that. We talked about the silent people. Where did sales come from? Nobody's liking and following and commenting, but sales are happening. I'm not going to complain. I'll take that. Nothing wrong with that. So these are the things that's going. Instagram is going to keep us going round and round. Instagram is going to keep moving the cheese. There's going to be more stuff. Adam's going to come out and put out a story, a video, a reel, or something. He's going to explain it to you, and then people are not going to be happy. I didn't even look at the comments this time. I didn't even look at the comments on his post.
Mark says, I've given up on likes and even follows. I'm just spreading my message because it's mine to do. As I've said, when I'm gone, there will be evidence that I was here and that I had thoughts.
Right. And somebody's going to find them in whatever way in the future. It could be searching. It could be ChatGPT. It could be whatever's coming. Whatever the next technology thing that's coming. It's all about, you have to be there. You have to have something in order to be discovered. Or you plant your flag on the moon has to be there. You're not just going, well, okay, well, things have to be there. And then they're discovered. The viral thing has to end. The viral mentality has to end. The popularity contest has to end. And I'm so glad the dancing monkey part is gone. And I say that only because trends move on. The trend of this. Remember, every reel, I was like, oh my God, every reel was this. Can you please stop? Or every reel was that, or kicking, or this, or changing the clothes. And those are trends they follow. And I mean, they not follow, they fall away and a new one comes in place. But you can do the trend while it's there. Just don't get stuck on it, is what I'm saying. That's not the secret sauce of the, the changing of the clothes or the kicking of the they kick to this or they do that. Those are just trends and they change. So you have to make sure your messaging is there, it's reaching the right audience, and you can do the trends. Just don't rely on it. Don't do the viral stuff. I mean, you can't. That's something to, yes, a viral. But what happens when you go viral and there's no system there to tell them to get on your email list or to do? They're one and done and gone, never to return. What do you do? And think of this as having a real store, a real life store on Main Street. What are the things you do to keep people coming into the door? Once they come in the door, what do you do? Are you mean? Are you say, hi, welcome to Walmart? Why do you think they have Walmart greeters? It's a reason. You want to make the experience as pleasant as possible so they come back. They talk about you when they leave. They talk about you're there at a party with their friends 2 weeks later. Oh, I went to something. And because that person is talking about something they need to buy. And that triggers a memory of how well you treated them when they came into the store. Versus if you treated them horribly or whatever, they remember that also. That's how, because we're human. That's how we do.
Yes.
That's just how it is. So keep all these things in mind. But when we're online, it's the same scenario. This is what Instagram is doing now. Let's take advantage of it. I'm eager to play with it and see what happens with the music and the carousels. And these are the things that are going on. So try it and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about what we talked about today. Any more questions? I love answering questions. Give me a question, throw it out anywhere. Terry Johnson Online, wherever you want to throw it out at me.
And Terry will answer the question. TJ will answer the question.
Yeah, either I'll answer or I'll find the answer for you. I'll be like, okay, let me find it for you. But these are some of the things, and because we have to think about these things because of the wonderful technology of AI, that more people are putting stuff out. And I think I talked about this before, that when AI was going to get going, that everybody was going to throw junk content out, and you see it. You see the junk. I see it. It stands out like a sore thumb. I'm like, you went to ChatGPT and asked it a basic question and copied and pasted, didn't you? Thinking you was getting away with something.
Mark says, since you ladies have yet to mention it, it is National Tavern Style Pizza Day. As a resident of the pizza capital of the world, I am compelled to share. So do your part and have a slice.
Ooh, I love pizza. That sounds good to me.
So they had to niche it down to tavern style. Because, I thought a slice was a slice. Okay, because,
I would like to hear, is there a National Detroit style pizza day? I like that too.
So there are three pizza places, right? Isn't New York, Chicago, and Detroit the
yeah,
pizza?
I believe so. Yeah, I didn't know about the Detroit one. I've never been. I want to go. And I was like, okay.
Well, Mark is in Chicago. So
right. I've been there and I've had that pizza and it's great.
Okay, so the Chicago is
great,
the pizza capital.
We like thin, they like the pie casserole. And I think even they tried to, our Governor Hochul, she went there and they tried to make her eat it, and she was like, no. It was funny. I was like, yeah, she's not gonna eat that.
Mark says tavern style is the most popular in Chicago, not deep dish.
Oh,
Deep dish. That's for
okay.
the tourists.
Okay. Well, I
Okay,
was
so
like,
we
hey,
learning.
I wanted the Geno's and I went. That's
Okay,
the name of it,
so
right? Geno's. I went. I know I didn't have the tavern, so I wasn't there long enough for that. But hey, that sounds good to me.
okay.
Just to tell us more about this tavern style.
Right, because we had no clue. Perhaps you'll do a reel on that. A carousel on it, Mark.
Yeah, that would. I mean, I would love to see more Chicago stuff from you, like that. That might be an idea that you want to do it, and it has nothing to do with the 4 minute mark. Well, I want to say 5
4 minute mark.
4 minute mark. He said the pizza that you want should
Luminati's.
There you go.
Luminati's.
There you go. Let me put that on my list. Let me put that on my list. But if you're talking, because you're talking about stuff like the tavern style, that's something that you could post on your stories because it's today. You don't have to make a carousel on that unless you tie it in to a topic matter that you had, and you make it more concrete versus ephemeral, because today it's ephemeral. Ephemeral means it's it lasts today. That's what the stories is about. But then again, remember, the stories is to engage your followers, which you still want to do. But if it's about getting the new followers, remember we talked about the reels. When you're talking on Instagram, when you're talking about Instagram only. But
right, because see, I would have been, if I'm following Mark or if I'm not following Mark and he talked about tavern style, I already had a question. What's the difference between tavern style and pizza?
Right. See, you have to add, like we're asking the question now. You would have to do it in an educational way, and today would be the perfect day to do it. And you wouldn't do 20 slides; you would just do 1, 2, 3, or whatever, and then have a not a Q&A. Like, you could have a question sticker, or you could have a yes/no sticker, or you could have a vote sticker or a poll. Who has the best pizza? Because Fran just said it. The 3 cities that have the best pizza, and then have it to where they can pick, or what, those kind of things. Because Instagram likes these kind of touches where you getting people to interact with you. Stories is a good way to do that on a topic of the day. Right. And you could talk about the pizza because the tavern style, because you're there, you're in Chicago, and you say, hey, you do it in that kind of way, and it's just for today. It's like, and then if they watch the story, guess what? The next time they come in, your story is at the beginning, because tomorrow you're going to talk about your new episode of the podcast, or you're going to talk about something else, and your story circles at the front instead of at the back. See?
Yes.
So you don't have to. Crispy thin crust. Okay. See?
Okay.
We would need to know that.
Right. But what we're saying is tell us over in the
story. Tell us over there. Get your people interested.
Because after I heard that, I would be interested in the 4 minute mark. You hooked me with the tavern style pizza.
Right.
And then tell me something
and
about
then you wouldn't even have to tie in the 4 minute. How would I tie it into tavern? You wouldn't. I wouldn't tie it in today, because what it is that you talked about something of today, ephemeral, that got attention, because the next time when they come in tomorrow, they're going to see your stories, whereas now your stories may be at the end, because there's a whole stream of circles at the top. Did you know that? And if nobody swipes through, you might be at the end because they're not watching. See, you got to get content to get them watching. And then when they come in tomorrow, you'll be top of mind. You'll be first circle or second circle, third circle. You'll be there. See?
Okay, TJ, you're going to have to teach that. How to be first circle. That's a class.
First circle. Because people think, well, okay, if I do a story, well, you got to do a story, and then you got to be first circle instead of being last circle, because then next time they're going to see your circle when you talk about your thing. See, today you can talk about the pizza. and
Because
be
we don't
have
know
fun.
nothing about
Yeah,
first circle.
I'm interested because I just knew about the the Geno, the deep, and oh, there's another style. See, but see, those are the kind of things people don't think about. They think because you're in sales mode. And I know if you're not selling anything, I don't mean that. I mean, you're in sales mode. You're trying to sell your podcast. You're trying to sell your thing. You're trying to sell your brand. And you think sell, sell, sell. I just thought about trading places. Sell, sell. No, you don't sell. You tell stories.
That's it. The story. I would love
You
to know
don't make up a
pizza
story.
story.
Today is National Tavern Style Pizza Day. I live in Chicago. Let me take you around to Lou's and this. And those are the things that get people. And then they go, tomorrow, your first circle. Tomorrow, you put your, and this episode, they're going to see it because they saw you today. See, no, nobody thinks about that. People think sell, sell, sell. Buy it 5% off, 20% off today. No one cares because you didn't tell me a story that I like. I don't care if you got a sale. That kind of thing goes in the email. Not on your stories, not on your posts, not on your okay. Well, I don't have any money today. I'm not buying it anyway. So but if it's in the email, I might save that email for when I get paid the first of the month. Then I'll buy it. But I'm not buying it today. You can sell, 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 buy, discount coupon all you want today. I ain't got no money today. But on the first, I got some money. Where's your story? Gone. Where's your post? Gone. Where's your email? In the email. That's why email's so great. I'm not going to talk about that. But there you go. See, I love when these things come up. That's what you have to do.
Jump on that pizza and ride that slice.
It's real simple. You're trying to sell. People aren't online to buy. They buy, but that's not the reason they come. Why does your audience come to social media? Your audience specifically. Find that out, make the messaging, connect, you're good. Brock Johnson does that. He knows why people comes to his Instagram. And he gives them that, and he has the call to action, and everything goes from there. Okay? It's real simple. Once you get everything set in place, that is your strategy. Your plan, your strategy, okay? All right, so let's wrap this.
Check out terryjohnsononline.com/info or go anywhere and put in Terry Johnson Online and come back and see us next week. Also, if you have not already done so, join the Bizchicks community.
Yeah.
Go to bizchicks.net or text biz to 33777 and check us out. We got a nice little gift for you, and we're looking forward to our next time together, which will probably be Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah.
So
Up.
thank you for tuning in live and on the replay.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.